Hello, my name's Sam and I'm one of the tutors at Lighthouse Group, and I'm here today just to talk through the process for endpoint assessment for the Level 5 Departmental and Operations Manager Apprenticeship Programme. Now, you would have gone through your gateway process already, which is the meeting you have with your line manager and your tutor, where you discuss the work you've done, that you're happy with the work you've done, that we all agree you're at the right level and all the documentation we need is in place and has been signed. After that gateway meeting, your tutor uploads all your work to a system that is linked to the endpoint assessment company. So they will upload all your portfolio work and all your showcase pieces that you want to go in. They will also upload your mapping document or portfolio evidence locator document. They'll upload any evidence of maths and English at that point. And they'll also upload your 500-word scoping document. So once all your work has been uploaded, the endpoint assessment company has around a week to come back and confirm that they're happy with the scope and you can proceed with your project. You then have about 12 weeks to complete your project. You will get an upload date. And that project proposal is a 4,000-word document that you would upload to describe what's gone on with your project so far. So the project doesn't have to be finished. It's just at what point you are at 12 weeks, and that's the information you're going to provide. You're also going to need to do a 20-minute presentation on that project, which needs to cover a certain amount of criteria, and you will have a project mapping document as well to upload. So on top of that project report and the presentation, you'll also need to upload the project portfolio evidence locator document, which lists the criteria. And in that document, you will tell the assessor where you have covered the criteria in your presentation and in your project report as well. You'll also need to demonstrate that your team leader has supported you with this work, that it is a valid project, and they've given you the time to complete it. So an email from them would suffice here, and you can upload that work as well just to authenticate this project is valid and a real business improvement that's needed in the workplace. The whole process from the gateway meeting to the endpoint assessment is around 15 weeks, give or take, depending, but it's about a 15-week process. At endpoint assessment, you will do your presentation, and then there'll be around a 40-minute Q&A time where the assessors will give you some questions based around your presentation. You then have a 5-minute break, and then there'll be 60 minutes Q&A around your portfolio of work. Now, we do advise you to really know what is in your portfolio and revise that going in. You can take everything in with you. It's very much open book and you can refer to things. But the key thing is to know what you've written, because some of this work you may have done a year ago. And they will ask you questions based on the work you've done. There'll be nothing in there that you haven't done or covered in the course. No surprise questions. And those questions will be things like, give me an example of, tell me about a time when, tell me how you do this, what's your favourite project management tool? And the answers you need to give them, not too concise, you need to really answer in a kind of journey. So for instance, if the question was, give me a time when you've delegated a task, rather than saying, I delegated this task because I was too busy, so I gave it to someone else to do, you would take them on a bit of a journey, and that's using the STAR technique. So you're setting the situation, what the task was, what activity you took, and what the result is. So you think of things, I delegated a task because I needed to give myself more time. By delegating this task to a member of staff, it actually aids their development opportunities as well. And by doing this, what I did was checked in to make sure they had the right skill set, make sure they had the right time. I gave them the objectives, I made sure they knew what the timeline was, and I checked in with them halfway through. The result of this is now, after a couple of months of checking their work, they're now fully competent in this area, and this has freed up more time for me. So what you're demonstrating there is a much broader answer to a concise answer, which is what they're looking for. They want you to take on the journey of why did you do something, how did you do it, and what impact did it have? And those are the ways you need to answer those questions, and we will be doing some coaching around that before you do your endpoint assessment.